Hello everybody, this is the day 3 for 21 days Gratitude Challenge with Tara. And in the last practice yesterday, we asked everyone to honor our emotion when we were a child and our experience with experiencing triggers, minimum, medium, or large. This is actually a part of the practice of matrix therapy or timeline therapy. It is really common in inner child healing and is a very potent practice, simple but potent. I really would love to know how everybody went. Feel free to email emotionalfreedom2020@gmail.com. I'm speaking a bit slower because it's really cold today, and also because I want to make sure if anybody with hearing impairment that my lip is moving slowly and you can hear me properly. Alright, so today I want to talk about honoring the bits and pieces that just seem so hard to love, and so much so that you feel that you was disgraceful in that experience, or some of my friends had drug history, some went down the wrong road, some was mixed with wrong people, and when we have those kind of experience in the past, we could have really harsh judgment on ourselves. Our subconscious is always listening. And even though subconscious work is not about judging, it is processing all your history in a quantum frame of work. And the thing about subconscious is it's non-logical. It is a priority based on your values and your most definitive moments in your life. And if you have, say, 5 really big traumas in your life, and you have not fully processed, you have build-up of enmeshment, which means build-up blockages and eerie feelings. When something you don't know why happened, but it just sunk you and drowned you, and you feel shaky and you don't know why. Because it could be something like you got a bigger bill and normally you'll be fine, but today you're not. It could be subconsciously a series of chain reaction from non-logical yet subconsciously connected things. So learning about subconscious is really important to heal our little selves, which is the little persons. If you haven't seen my previous video, please do. In the description part of my video, you will read the whole process. The last video was a bit short because I was experiencing with another app and it had a short frame. So this video, I'm going to say it in a more extended way. A lot of us, probably if you're watching this, you are either single, never had kids, which is fine. However, you've been that kid, experiencing roughness in the world, being bent to reality according to our big magical people and the societal control, which is not very healthy for our spontaneous self. And we think we're doing it out of love. It is the biggest misconception, because love needs to come from fully accept and love self and forgiving self. If we're not doing that, it is fraud. And when we're giving from that space, it is not true love. We're not doing because we love someone, we're doing because we feel threatened own security and safety and belonging, because humans are herding mammals. We are mammals. We came from mammals. And even though we're the most advanced in our societal structure, we needed connection. When you were that little baby, you were relying fully on these big magical people that waving arms around you that make you fed, get you dressed. When you grow up, you needed to make sure they were happy so your world was okay, and that was from 0 to 2. So most of your pain in your relationship, in your work, your friendship came from 0 to 9 years old, and the first 2 years is most important. Yesterday's practice is going to help you to tune into the top 3 biggest lump, well, not technically, but subconscious lump in your soul, mind, and body. Today is about thinking and feeling about those 3 emotional moments and just appreciate how much our brain is working, how much our heart is working, how much our gut is working on these 3 traumas. Because our brain literally works for us 24/7, 365, and gratitude will help them to recalibrate and relax and chill so that our limbic brain is not making lower, fearful choices. Have you ever had those moments where you know what you have to do, and there's just that feeling underneath, and you just couldn't ignore it, and you do something completely different that is opposite to what you should do, and because it's opposite, it doesn't give you the result that you want. And that is because the little us inside, we haven't yet fully communicated about this trigger that came through your life, that you know what you should do, but you couldn't. It's because it's non-logical. So seeing your little self, being grateful that it's bringing this up so you can heal it, not judging it and not ignoring that eerie feeling, rather pushing it away, take deep breath into your heart space for 4, hold for 4, and out for 4, and do it 4 times. Do not rush this breathing process because it will shift your brain's waves from where you are. When you're fearful, you are on Delta variant frequency. When you're in Delta and in your lower Delta frequency, it doesn't help you to meet your baseline, which is not too fearful and closer to neutral. When you do somatic breathing, which is really into your heart and your core of who you are reconnecting with your soul, your spirit, your chi, your energy. Most important, you're connecting with your heart self, which is a quantum aspect of you that's in charge of your earth life aspects right now. And also your younger adult self and teen self and inner child, which is the build-up of who you are right now. So connecting with whatever these 3 aspects of trauma and whatever age of you came up, whether it's little baby or toddler, teenage or younger adult, it doesn't matter. Be really grateful that the trauma happened. I know it sounds odd, because years ago, if you tell me to be really happy of shit happened to me, I will not be happy. Right? I will not be happy if something horrific happened to me and someone say, hey, you should be really happy for that horrific thing. But now I am, because every single experience, one way or another, is lead me to the moment of who I am right now. I had to learn from my experience. How I respond to things is my power. I had 3 choices to decide whether I'm going to do it, which way I'm going to do it, whether I'm going to respond, which include how I respond. Subconscious is waiting for you to accept an experience, so it doesn't have to have that hold you together, but in an anxious way. Anxiety is from your subconscious trying to make sure you're okay, but it doesn't feel okay. Depression is the same. It's basically your subconscious and your spirit keep going in the loophole, trying to have a new approach to life, trying to have a breakthrough, and all it does is hitting on the wall. And so it feels not just anxious, it feels depressed, it doesn't want to live the life, because what's the point, right? If I'm going to keep hitting the wall, what's the point? Well, we can appreciate that there's choices of which side of the wall I'm going to hit on. Whether I'm going to hit it very hard or not. Or maybe I get a hammer and break a hole on the wall. New approach. Or maybe I open a door. Maybe we didn't see a door. Maybe it was covered up by a bookshelf like 007 that you press a part of the bookshelf and the door opens. Maybe just accept that when we accept the trauma itself, things gonna happen. And rather than comparing self and seeing, oh, such and such have this quality, oh, I can see myself just like them. Maybe now is the time to say, I'm appreciating that I can compare with other people, good and bad. But I came from me first and foremost, and I have my uniqueness. Ultimately, I am myself, and I take full responsibility. And I am going to go within my own heart, get to know myself first, the true self, so that when I meet somebody else, I know whether they and me on the true authentic level is a match. That is the first step to heal yourself, heal your trauma. And the inner child healing is a big step in knowing what part of you have been masking, pretending to be somebody else. It could be many years that you've been doing that. So talk to your inner child today about how much you appreciate these 3 experiences and really connecting hands-on heart, doing your deep breathing, seeing what you're saying, hearing what you're hearing, knowing what it sounds like, how it feels like, what your inner child telling you, what story are they telling you today, and what are they talking about today, how that makes you feel. When did that happen? Why do you both think that happened? And have 3 accounts today. After you show the gratitude of yesterday's 3 experience and already spoken why and honored it as it is, accepted yourself as you are. And since you know what you masked of, restore yourself to true authenticity and own it. Claim it. Well, name it, claim it, own it. This is what my mentor told me, and I am telling you. And it really works. Okay? And for those with chronic diseases on wheelchair or in bed and single and thinking, oh, great. Am I ever gonna meet someone you love? I love. I'm like this. Who would want me? Well, you're not gonna be like this forever. There's always a chance to heal. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm still conquering my health issues. Trust me, if you are dealing with your trauma, health issues are going to show up. It's not a prediction. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy. Sorry, it's been a big day. I've been on the phone for ages. But it's not rocket science. It's common sense. If you're going to deal with trauma and cemented enmeshment, it is going to happen. Honor that. Thank you so much, my dear body, for holding it this long. I'm so sorry it took me so long to be here, but I'm here now. How can I help? How can I help to make our recovery a little bit easier? self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, inner child healing, shadow accepting, shadow just hidden part of ourselves, and it could be good stuff. Like you really love crafting, but everybody else in your class was into makeup and boys. Had those kind of like childhood memories. For me, it wasn't that. For me, I was an odd one. I was into astrology. Nobody cared about that. I was into manga. They were in that, but they kind of never included me. I'm a Scorpio, by the way. I'm a Scorpio sun, Sagittarius rising, and Aries moon. There you go. And we have to accept that. If I was talking to them about the lies in different religions, and then what's the difference between, AI systems and real auric field, and real hologram and real heavens, and what is different seals and implantations human are dealing with without knowing or knowingly. People that doesn't know about psychic stuff or intuition or healing, they are going to freak out. And it took me many years to accept that. But I have a choice in every moment to decide whether I'm going to be my old self and believe that eventually I'll just meet people who are just like me. Today I had a moment to accept that there are higher moments, like right now I'm talking to you, and then there's lower moment that I'm absolutely in bed crying, and you know what, I am a human. With my situation, with your situation, there's no one in the world, I don't care if they are world's most famous actor or a professor, who cares? They're human. Stop worshiping other people. Start appreciating your trauma and loving yourself. If something horrible happened today, it's just 2% of the whole day. You still have 98% of the day can be wonderful. The brain can make it look like that's all it, the world is in. It's not. It really is not. I just reported a telecommunication company about their ways, bit dodgy, to an ombudsman because they wanted $537 bill that I will not be paying that. I didn't let it stuck in my system for so long because I wanted to show up for you guys. That is a personal responsibility of how I show up in the world and how I react. To be the ultimate me rather than a imaged me. Because I'm not limitation. I am a complete and wholesome me. So when we start appreciating our inner child and our protection mechanism, whether it's aligned with our soul's purpose or false protection due to imagement, just realize that they all just trying to help you to survive. And I absolutely get it. If you had a narcissistic abuse in the past, just appreciate the fact that it's part of our soul. Our soul needed to learn to take our power back. I'm not saying, our soul really had to put that jerk in our life. No, we didn't. But they showed up. What we did need to do is that we needed to learn how we can shift the experience by owning our own power, which is in how we respond to them, what we can do to make our world better, how we can distance ourselves from them as much as possible so we can have part of life being good, and how we can identify that's them, it's not us, and how we can protect ourselves. This is for people who've gone through narcissistic abuse. And if you had a sexual trauma, I've been there, and I know how it feels, especially if you were a kid and it was a kid who saw too much on TV and did it to you. Just realize how strong you are now. Because you didn't go and commit suicide. Because you choose to stay here and face it. And once you heal, this is your wisdom to show the world and to teach the world of women to heal, or if you are a man, if you're LGBT. This is your power. It's really important you honor your trauma. To let that little person inside to know you're not dirty. You're not stupid. You're not crazy. It is up to you to tell yourself this, not somebody else. Sure, sometimes you sound nasty to yourself in your head. Just say, I'm sorry. I was below the line. And instead of making an excuse or judging yourself, don't do either of those. Just say, okay, I'm in the 2% today. But I will again today, somehow today, become the 98% of me. And that make 100% self and just own it. Own that 100%. The weather is not always sunny. It's going to be storm someday, but I think a storm is wonderful. It's windy today in Sydney, and I think it's wonderful. It's a bit cold. So I hope this helps you. Your practice, as I said, is to show gratitude, to discuss, feel, and process or honor your yesterday's 3 exercise, and then create another 3 experience today, remembering your other 3 triggers that your inner child want to talk about today. That you're gonna ask your inner child what are another 3 triggers she wants or he wants to heal, and you're going to write each one down, and you're going to do that. Okay, so today is about showing honor and gratitude, loving self, and allow your inner child this time to decide what you're going to hand in tomorrow as your gratitude challenge homework. And then we will discuss about the result tomorrow. Actually, I want to create a theme. Yes, 3 topic your inner child pick. I'm just thinking. About guilt. Let's make it about guilt or shame. Okay? There. You have a theme. Let your inner child choose which 3 occasions. Can be shame, can be guilt. Okay? We'll discuss about shame and guilt tomorrow in tomorrow's challenge, which is day 4. Today's day 3, and I hope you have fabulous 3. I love you guys, amigas, adios amigos. You can tell I'm really, really, really worn out, but I'm truly heart is full and I'm a fulfilled person. So I wish you all the best. I hope you feel a lot better about your experience that shaped you, and I hope you have no regrets. Live long and prosperous.